It is actually a 3-team match. That's right. It is Dark Liber. We have 4 people on each team. We have 3-team cutthroat stuff. So, you know, you could be pushing one team and another team could be pushing you. So we're going to have to carve this up. We have team 1 on the left hand side here. We have team 2 on the right, and team 3, I've never said team 3 before, down the bottom of the map. This is going to get hectic. That's just going to be strange. So let's have an introduction of the teams and see how it is going to go on. First up, for team number 1 down here in the grey colour as Seraphim, it is Yerfmeister. It's not a flux capacitor. It does look like one, but it's not. His teammate up here, also another Seraphim, it is Chizza. What's that? It's going to be Chizza. Okay, you're Chizza. Screw you, that name. Teammate number 3 for team 1 is Foodman Steve. He is Siren in the lavender colour. And teammate number 4 is Caliber. You have to stick around for this, or you be careful, baby. It's a long one. There's 12 players in this game, and it's a long one. Alright, but that's team number 1 there. So we have these guys clamming up left hand side. We've got 2 Seraphim, 1 Siren, and an Aeon player. No UEF representation for team number 1. Okay, team number 2, first player for them is a UEF player. It is Phoenix 22982. Just going to be Phoenix from here. He's in the red colour. His teammate just down below him in the orange colour. Another UEF player. It is Lujan, who's building a transport. It's a very quick transport. I'm going to guess he's going for the middle island because we haven't talked about the reclaim. There's a bunch of it. Rex ahoy. You definitely want to get your hands on some of those. His teammate on the same island with him is another UEF player. This time it is Bulminator. And Bulminator's also doing a transport. These guys are really early on the transports. You don't have the E to run this. Strange choice. And finally, the 4th player for team number 2 in the green colour as Aeon, it is a Silly Lamp. Very Silly Lamp. Alright, let's have a g'day to team number 3. Lastly, first player for team 3 in the burgundy colour, UEF Immortal Witch. We'll see just exactly how immortal that witch is, see if they actually survive through this map or not. Teammate over here, another UEF player, and it is Parapox Virus. Just going to be the... Never heard that before. Parapox? I think it's an Avatar reference, like the series. Even Parapox. Anyway, he's there. He's in the combat green, working on the transport. His teammate on the same island in the white colour as Aeon, it is Niklasis. Nick. Yeah, just Nick. You know, he's Aeon in the white. And finally, for team number 3, player number 4 over here in the pink colour, it is I Will Rage Quit. Will he? Will he rage quit? Will he decide he's had enough and quit the game? Let's find out. Okay, so first things first, let's have a quick glance around the map. As mentioned, there's a whole bunch of reclaim, 44,000 to be had. There's some Salems and high value wrecks around here you want to get your hands on. Engineers come over here from Nick. It's going to run into a commander though. Good old Chizza is coming his way. In this direction we saw that drop happen, and this has been the result. Has been an advantage for that engineer to grab some of this mass. Why he's going for these instead of these, I have no idea. You really want to be going for that. We have another drop coming for the central island. This time it is out from Parapox Virus. He's thrown 1, 2, 3, 4 engineers on there, and they are going to get their groove on. They are going to slap down a factory and get that reclaim on. It is going to be confusing. There's no standard colors. Just have to try and keep an eye on the minimap. Might help you out. Over on the left hand side you got, this is team 1, this is team 2, and this is team 3. So team 1 here on the left, then going clockwise, 2, 3. Alright, first fatality of the game belongs to Nick. Nick is taken out by Chizza. Engineer versus commander never fares well for the engineer. Dies every single time. Strange that engineers can't shoot, but that's going on. So we also appear to have a bomber coming out. T1 bomber on the way for I Will Rage Quit. Looks like he's sending it over here, maybe looking to catch a lone engineer who's doing a reclaim order or trying to build an engineer. And indeed drops a bomb on the commander's head. Commander's going to basically ignore that. It'll take a very, very long time for a bomber to kill a com. But this time, bomber's going to go for a target it can kill. This T1 NG over here. It's going to hog a Louis, try and dodge out of the way. Does pull a dodge. And avoids the bomb altogether, so a good little dodge there from Yerf. Keeps his engineer alive, and maybe he wants to rethink his strategy and go for static targets like this radar. That'd be a great thing to kill. Or is he going to drop a bomb on this engineer? Nope, flies right on past. Oh, he's going for the main base somewhere that's going to be very difficult for engineers to dodge. He's got 4 of them in a big giant clump here, but there's a defending interceptor that flies right on past. Uh-oh, it's got to turn around. Bombs away. And 4 engineers from that one bomb. There we go. Now it's had some fun. Now it's paid for itself. That's going to be irritant, but locked onto by an interceptor is going to get another bomb away actually. Maybe these 2 engineers are going to have a bad time. And the answer is yes. Moved a little bit too late. 6 kills now on that bomber. And it has been worth its mast. Gets shot down. Doesn't matter. It's had its fun. Engineers coming over here from I will rage quit. Don't know what they plan to do. Maybe they thought there might still be a Salem wreck here. There isn't. There's just a commander. And he's going to be able to shoot those very easily. So a bit of early aggression from I will rage quit onto Yerf. Just wants to hamper some of his early doings there. Okay. Now what do we have? We have... What am I hearing shooting? Where's the shooting? Going over here? Indeed. Okay, so Lujan was trying to build a factory over here, but he's been raided by the hover units from Caliber. They have come over and denied that factory right on there, and they are moving through. And you see what has happened. Lujan has lost that, and he hasn't grabbed that reclaim in the mid. It's now going to the coffers of Caliber. So not good for his health. We have another factory was started but abandoned here by Bullminator. No, I don't say abandoned, sorry. That was stopped by Para. So Parapox has decided that he's not allowed to finish that. He's killed off the NG and see how they're doing back in this section. It is a ground battle between Nick and Chizza, though Chizza's comms over here should be okay. He's got some supporting units up here. He's got a factory going down from an engineer. He can start rolling out things off of that. There are 2 factories here. Could be an advantage to have those popping out those units. We'll see how it rocks out. Also support back here. 1, 2, 3, 4 factory going down from Para. Going to be able to spam out lots of units from that. They should, between those 2, they should be able to hold the island. And is that a bunch more engines in the mid? It is. So I will rage quit has joined on the middle island, throwing some engines down, wants to pick up some of that mass, but at the moment they've decided they'd rather go for trees. That's a very silly move. They want to go for the mass, not the trees. Not the little bits of trees. Over this direction, and there we go. Nick has just found out that Chizza's comm is still loitering around. Doesn't want to have anything to do with that, needs to go. There's been a drop over this direction, and say hello to a bunch of fervors. There was a tank in there which got reclaimed by an engineer. That sucks to be that tank. Imagine getting reclaimed by an engineer as a tank. How are you not paying attention to your drop? But here we go, and this is now a T2 mass extractor going to be in trouble. Don't stop moving, you're going to get reclaimed. Ah dear. Its attention must be elsewhere to let the engineers get away with that. It must be. And in comes some counter T1 RT. Looks like some Zuis are trying to rock on back, but all Nick has to do is keep moving, and that will be enough. T1 bomber comes out. That's going to be very good for taking these out, but not going to be enough for them to... Well, it's not going to be get out in time to save that T2 RT. Next, will they be able to save this one is the question. Bombs ahoy. 2 down. There is 1. Nope, there isn't. There's still some in the air though, and yes, loses that T2 mix. So 3 T2 mixes, not a bad little job for a small drop over there. They have done what they need to do. And taking out some eco in the middle island. We can see it's actually a down to a 2-player fight here. We have units out from Para, we have units out from Nick, we have units swarming over the hover units. In fact, speaking of hover, they've come all the way over here into Lujan's base. Where is his commander? Commander would be great for taking these guys out. Some mech marines turn up, they're going to have a terrible time against that. Get some damage done to the Aurora, but then get turned into basic scrap. Alright, commander's doing what a commander does. Any kind of ground units is enough, and those Auroras are kind of overkilling the mech marines at the moment, wasting shots, but any damage is good damage. Commander's going to turn up, they'll be able to take care of those. Will be all well and good. Going to need some support, really need some support actually. Those you hover are not stopping, they are carrying on. Speaking of things carrying on, we have a T1 point defense having to go at these hover. And the Roars have just moved in a little bit too close, and now they're dead by tank. Speaking of dead by tank, over here we got a bunch of Roars pushing up on some T1 mobile arty. That's not going to go well for the arty, but there's a commander here. And he's going to get himself some easy kills on that, though maybe wants to think about not facing off against a large number of units, and could give it a mortal. Finish his tech launcher on his comm. He's been kind of quiet over the right hand side, just been busy minding his own business on his own island, but now he's got a tech launcher on his comm. He can start harassing team number 2 up here. We'll see how that goes. T1 bomber is out here. That has gone from Phoenix, who's gone to assist with all of this. We see Lujan is chasing with his commander, but he's just not going to get anything done there. There's a T1 PD here, but that's going to have a rousing round to fuck the ground if they ever get in the range. It's going to hit the ground so much. Terrible positioning. I'm sorry, that's a bad spot for it. T1 bomber is having fun though. Dropping that power, doing some damage. Trying to pop down a T2 point defense, but out comes a stinger. There we go, that'll do well good. So that's the end of that raid. Air is going to do for those guys quite happily. Ground fight over here is well in hand by Para. He's got a point defense down, he's got plenty of units and engineers. It's not going to be good for those guys to rock and they're going to die. But on this direction, it has been reinforcements swinging over from Caliber, keeping the factory alive. Actually, it's just about dead. But of course in the region, Chizza is still there. But hello, down on the bottom we have Hover. So Zui's coming on out from Yerf, and those Zui's are going to be annoying. Because what are they going to do? They're going to lob their shells over, and they're just going to kill stuff. Just like that. That's going to be a problem for I Will Rage Quit. He needs to get some help out there. We have subs belonging to Chizza. What did they just kill? Okay, there was a frigate. There was a frigate trying to help stem this tide, but the subs have decided, no, you don't get to do that, Mr. Frigate. And now it's going to be up to I Will Rage Quit's comm to try and take those out. There's got a T1 PD down here, but of course T1 Mobility will outrange it, and that'll cause them some problems. Alright, excuse the throat clearing, but this is a solid stream of Zui's coming. He's got to find an answer for that. And the answer is not leaving your comms standing where they can do damage to infrastructure first. T1 PD is going to have fun for a while, up until they overwhelm it with numbers. Okay, here are the TAC missiles. They are rocking out from Immortal Witch. Has they been spotted? Well, look at that. He's decided he's going to start by having a go at Bulminator, who straight away throws up a buzzkill. He's lost a T1 max. Has he lost a T2 previously? Oh dear. Oh. I thought it was going to kill the buzzkill being nice and close, but not. And that's going to go up, and that's going to be defensive. And that's going to be no more. One shot. Going to shoot it enough? Just. That tech would have taken out this T2 mix at the back here. Doesn't happen though. We have another one coming in. Is that buzzkill close enough? Yes, it is. So no more drama for Bulminator. That tech launcher on the back of that comm has been rendered null and void. Alrighty. On the middle island we see Team 3 pushing through up again. Para's trying to oust all of this out of the way. Has a lot of units and a lot more coming, and there's not really enough of the ground to try and reduce that. We see Chizza is still there with his commander. He's going to need to start thinking about evacuating. Don't think he can really stay there. Not with the amount of forces that are coming, not with the amount of reinforcements he's not getting. And there's reinforcements coming in here from Nuke as well. That's a bunch of T2 engineers. They can start putting down some T2 PD, and that's going to be a pain. Look at that. Commander in the background running away from units, firing at the ground, basically trying to kill them off. T1 arty shells looping on overhead whilst these engineers throw up a T2 PD. It's actually quite an interesting little sight. Alright, but no. Yeah, Chizza's gone for the water. He needs to. This position is pretty much done for, and the middle island for now is going to belong to team number 3, or is it? Because out comes T2 Navy from team 2. That's a destroyer off the starboard bow, and it is going to start lopping away at these structures, because why not? They're there. They can get hit on. Why not? Chizza needs to be a little careful. He's walking forwards. I think he needs to walk away. He definitely needs to walk away, especially with these engineers coming in. They're looking like, yep, they're going to put some point defense up on the ridge. And that is going to be the end of any resistance in this area once those are up, especially with the units coming on over. Okay, but in this direction, it has been Zui's, and Nick, you don't want to stand still when the Zui's abound. half dead, taking a lot of Zui fire. Don't, oh no, 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 don't stand still, please. Look at the amount of damage that commander takes. All the Zui fire raining on down, under half health. Won't be too long before he's down into the red. Needs to try and get something doing. There we go, a bit of movement, just a little bit of movement. He'll be fine there. What has happened to his extract as well? Here's a destroyer up here that has come down from Foodman. So Foodman has been putting pressure on Team 3 as well. As just mayhem. Kind of don't know where to look. Here we go. Team 2's destroyer is rocking around trying to kill things off over there. There's so much dead over here. I wonder if this was just Zui fire off these sides, or if there was actually attack missiles coming from somewhere as well. No idea, don't see it, but even as this island is getting ravaged, the middle island is under their control. There we go, that's all fine. I will rage quit is not rage quit. He's looking quite happy there, but there's definitely been text from somewhere, because there is TMD. So what's happened, and this direction, the Zui's now running into T2PD. They're not going to do much anymore over this direction though. That destroyer has picked on and reduced these mixes to nothing, and actually removed these guys from water. So Nick has been absolutely picked on. Look at this base, there's not much left to it. He's only got a couple, he's got 1, 2 mass extractors left, and maybe he's rebuilt that because that's only T1. Not good for his health. Okay, on the right hand side, and what have we got going on here? It's a strat. So that has been silly lamp. He's got into the T3 air game, and a strat bomb's come out. Maybe that's what happened to all these. But the strat bomber is free. It's got 32 kills. It's doing what it can. In fact, it's demolished a Mortal Witch's base. That's what it's been doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mixes out of that. That's exactly what it's doing. Now the bombs are way more mass destroyed. Dear lordy. Mortal Witch is getting absolutely peppered. Does he have anything kind of response? No, he doesn't. And then here, I will rage quit. Zui's coming into his base again, and he's going to be in danger of losing things like, you know, T2 power generator, T2 air HQ, and oh dear, oh dear, those Zuis are getting work done. Navy to come stop that, and his base is under absolute threat. That strat bomber, now 43 kills to its name, has destroyed 12,000 mass. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the mixes belonging to Immortal are gone. He's got 2 T1 mixes left. Oh dear, he has been absolutely ravaged. He's got nothing left. And then you have a look down here, and it's rage quit. Having problems. Up comes some T2 air. That is good. A gunship should be able to help soothe. That was very important to keep alive. Air HQ, very important that it was kept alive. There's a Stinger trying to do some work. There's another Stinger coming on out. There's annoying derping death. T1 frigate. Looks like somebody's got a naming convention. I will rage quit. Says 16 minutes in, no navy on a navy map. Well, neither do you, buddy. You've got no navy. Europe has no navy. Bootman's got navy. Not looking good, but let's have a look up this direction. We have a hover attack coming over from Venus. He's been saving up some riptides, and he's rocking his way through the back of bases here. Maybe he needs to think about going for the production. We'll go swinging on through, but there is some T2 Navy. There's a Salem out there from Foodman. That should help. Another Salem coming out as well, so these riptides won't be too long for us. Well, they can get a lot of damage done, especially if it was frigates, but with the Salems in play as well, it's not going to get a heck of a lot done. They just need to try and get in as do as much damage before they die. Okay. Phoenix has been largely left alone. We know there's T3 air for Silly Lamp. He's working on some extra eco over there. Got a bunch of things going on. And over here looks like we may finally have some stability for team number 3. The Zui spam has been slowed right on down. Is that ground fire? It's a ground fire, but it's not hitting. Those subs are quite heavily friendly. That's why they're not going to damage friendly subs. But the Zui spam has been made irrelevant. These factories ain't going to stop. It's going to be known. But over here we see cruiser fire. There we go. Cruiser attack missiles coming on in, and pain. Pain. There is a TND, but it's not working. It's not close enough to distract the missiles. They are still going in a nice straight line, and I fear that this Pigeon may be next. I'm going to throw up a tactical missile defense here, needs to try and stop any more missiles, especially going for the HQ. Cannot afford to lose that. And the cruiser redirects, so starts heading up this way. There's a whole bunch of land over there, lots of Zuis belonging to Chizit going somewhere, maybe moving up this way. We'll struggle against all of this, especially the T2PD. Alright, in the top section, a counter push coming up from Team 1 onto Team 2's Phoenix. So he did have the hover is dead, and now the Navy has come over to say hello and give them a bad time. T2PD, not very good. Not very good. Because the Salems are definitely in range of the PD, and the PD is not in range of the Salems. That is something you want to try and use to get rid of the Salems. You don't want it to be firing at all this over here. Congratulations, your T2ID killed an Aurora. You're going to lose it though, because the Salems are focusing it. Shield is down. The engineers are going to have a bad time on that front. At the moment, the Triads are soaking damage up instead. Ah dear. Ah dear. Not good for Phoenix. He's getting pushed by a bunch of players. He needs help from his teammates. Don't know how much help they can be though. We have T2 Navy over here for Lujan. He's been on a recovery streak for a while since he got raised on the land right at the start. This direction looks like Bulminator's doing okay. He's going to take up, got some TMD. Not much doing though. Got T2 in the water as well. It's really silly lamp at the back here with his T3 air and all the pigeons in the world going on up. He's got lots of effort going there over this direction, and this area is done for. Pink Hammer is absolutely pointing the wrong way. It wants to point over here at the Salems, not at the units here that it can't really affect. The turning, it's finally turning. Can the Salems not see that? Do they not know it's there? They know something's there, but a Mortal Witch caught out. Oh dear, first casualty of the game, and I completely missed it while looking at Phoenix. Oh, that's not good, but I see Navy. I saw Navy, but it was on land. The Navy can do that to you on land as well. That is unfortunate, but I see an anti-air turret as well. I suspect he was clamped by Navy and air. Sorry about that, folks. I'm bound to miss these things when there's just so much going on. This is now a hold on the section. Zuis are just a waste of mass at this point. But looks like UF is stubbornly continuing them. Job done. We have drops going on over here. We have a bunch of mech marines. Maybe they're anticipating things like this engineer drop to take that out. But over on this section, look at the Zui spam coming up from Chizza, going up towards the north, and there's a T1 PD. It's going to take care of these Auroras. It won't take care of these Zuis though. They'll be able to just roll on through and do some damage up this direction. This spot is okay. Got some engineers, got a shield up, got some T2 PD. Yeah, why not slap down some T2 ID to stop that? In the water though, nothing but subs. Not much going on, and that is a lot of Navy coming their way. What can they do about that is the question. We'll find out in a moment. It's gunships moving on up. Gunships are good at taking out Zuis. Unfortunately, cruisers are good at taking out gunships. Alright, T2 Pigeon going up, so Lujan's trying to get a little bit more eco on his way. T1 bombers spam. What are they going for? They're going for something. They're turning. They have spotted something worth killing, but they're not going to get much done. There's a lot of air there. Some T2, some T1, and this can be those bombers without much gain. Middle Island is still in control of by team number 3, but they're not having as much luck in the water. What's going on here? Some subs have turned up from Caliber. They are picking on the T1 subs belonging to Para, and Parapox is doing his bestest to get rid of the cruisers that are causing a problem for Nick. There's 3 of them now. Those missiles are lobbing right on over. Lots of T1 subs though. You might have some T2, but that's a giant clump of T1 subs. They could actually now push up and cause some issues for these guys. Maybe not too far, because there are some T2 torpedo launchers over here. It's going to take a long time for them to take care of that. Alright, but up in the top sections where things are currently heating up, we have a bunch of gunships up there come out from Silly Lamp trying to do their things, but there's a cruiser. Focus the cruiser down first. Save your gunships. Kill the cruiser. And now some ASFs turn up from Goodman, so never mind about the cruiser. Worry about the ASFs. And this is a problem for Phoenix. Phoenix is out of the water. His HQ is going to go down. He's only got the one naval factory. That's basically dead. A strap bomber comes out, kills the cruiser on one pass. That's a good move. And Bombardator says, hey, bottom team, want to team up against the left team? Because they kind of need to. Left team, Youthmeister's like, whoa. And our Reg Quick says, you're a bit late. Just a wee bit late on that. Basically dead, he says, and he's not. Well, I guess he's not too wrong. They have been absolutely hammered. Like, trying to play catch up on that has just been problematic for them. So much pressure coming in from team number 1 though, especially from those Zuis, which are now ganging up in a large blob there. They're going to sweep on up, and it's going to be interesting to try and watch. Hover coming there from Caliber, some more Auroras doing their thing. Hearing Strats doing stuff as well. Nope, torpedo bombers, they're doing their thing. And they're shooing away the Navy that belongs to team number 1 from the top section. Speaking of the top section, this is Phoenix. He's got some T2RD up back here. It is plugging the gap, knocking that factory out, and it can start working on the engineers that have turned up as well. Dear, dear, things are just riotous right now. T3 Air for... Yep, T3 Air is there. T3 Air over here. Do we have T3 Air? No, we have no air. One T1 Air factory. But poor old Chizza, he's decided, nah, I'm just going to go Navy. Navy all day. And speaking of Navy, there's the attack missile cruisers sitting there, lobbing their shells away. And do they know there's a giant swarm of Zuis? No, they don't. So, they're going to walk into a problem. Because those Zuis are actually sonar. Sorry, they're not radar signatures. Sorry, they're not sonar signatures. You need radar to see them. And now they've been seen, and this is where these guys don't want to be. They want to do a mad old U-turn and not get caught in this mosh. Although they just seem to be ploughing their way through the Zuis. It's like, Hopper, get out of the way. Interesting. No collision there. The destroyers just went, see you later. And barged their way through, and the Hopper just got pushed. Today we learned that Navy owns Hover. Right, got a bit of a still just building us some units down there on the top section. We'll switch up to over here. We have Team 1 is just again building up a little bit of a front. This section we got just a few units over there that can run some pillars. That's going to be a bad time for the Auroras. In the middle we have a bunch of engineers. They're going to, you can traverse that. Well, that seems cheeky. Look at that. I didn't even know you could get up there, but apparently you can. Not that they can right now, because there's a problem in the shape of T2PD. So they're going nowhere. Alright. Alright, what do we have? We have T3 Navy in the water for Yerfmeister, and he's starting to pop out those very troublesome sub-hunters. Extreme damage they can do. T2 Navy still there for Chizza. We have no Navy for Foodman. Oh sorry, it's down there, T2. What am I talking about? T2 Navy here for Killover, so lots of Navy all over the place for team number 1. Some Navy back here. We have one T2HQ. We have a donut. Okay, so Silly Lamps decided, fuck it, I'm getting the experimental stage. I'm building a donut. He's got no Navy at all, but he's got lots of air. Checking out down the bottom island here. This has been reclaimed and repurposed by team number 2. See the green and orange coming from those guys. They're doing what they do. Team number 3 still under the woes a little bit, trying to contend with this big old Zooey push. Destroyers trying to do what they can, but there's a lot of Navy coming up behind them. Got a bunch of cruisers, got some subs, got some destroyers, and the sub hunters are moving on up. Not going to be good for their health to try and stop all of that. Alright, in the meantime, down this direction we have T3 Air very much in production. Or I Will Rage. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 T3 Air factories. He's not actually building air off it at the moment though. I think he's working on his eco. Just trying to get back into the game a little bit there. Relying on his teammates to hold off these Zuis. And so many TMD, but not quite enough. There's always a little bit of downtime with Aeon TMD, so that gives these tech missiles an opportunity to land. And land they do, and more eco damage that, well, the Classes just can't afford. He cannot afford, and he needs to spam up a whole lot more. Like this. Just a whole bunch of them. Maybe Their recharge time can overlap. Attack missiles now coming down this way, and it is going for anything that's sitting still. So the moral of the story is, don't sit still against those. We have a very, very bad time. More Zuis. Continuing the Zui trend. It's just like Youthmeister's got these and set them on constant repeat. Zui after Zui after Zui, and they just come on out, and yeah, they're annoying. They are annoying, but they're manageable if they're by themselves. Oh, a tech launcher. What's that going to be able to hit? A lot. And what kind of TNT is there? Not much. Nothing over here. The launcher goes live without any kind of response. You could actually clean out this island. All of this is under threat. All of that is under threat. There's assistance on it and it's building missiles. Okay. Where is your TMD? Is right there. He's on the move, and they put up a shield and a perimeter defense. That's a good place to put it, behind the hills. Nice and protected, they can see all sorts of things within that. TMD is going up over here. So Caliber's going to be alright. Okay. Island has been reclaimed by Phoenix. He's actually got a mobile T3 RT sitting up on here. That'll be useful for this. If it hits the target, it's going to do some damage. Good times for him. How's that donut? Oh, that is almost done actually. Silly Lamb's donut is just about up in the air. That's going to be a problem for everybody. Because who's actually got ASFs? Well, Foodman over here's got a handful. Maybe not enough to repel a donut though. And of course there's going to be some air belonging to Silly Lamb supporting it. He's got his own ASFs, a bunch of them. Some more ASFs there from Caliber. But there we go. Silly Lamb has done the first experimental of the day. It is a donut, and now we have another push coming down here, and it is a big push. There's just simply not enough here to repel it. And when you throw in the sub-hunter, it's going to be even worse. Those are going to wreck those destroyers. If not the destroyers themselves, and the Zuis, and the everything. This is a big old Navy push. Problems for team number 3. How about that? We see some more diplomacy going down. This is what keeps happening in a 3-team game. These guys will start actually having to go at each other, and even while they're fighting each other, lots of Zui fire coming down towards Niklaus. He can't stand still, he can't walk in a straight line, he would die if he kept on doing that kind of thing. There is some T2PD over here which will have a go at the Zuis, and looks like maybe the terms have been accepted because Team 1 have swung back. They have indeed. These units have all turned around, they've swung back, they've moved away. And now it is time for Team 3 to maybe just stop and focus their eco a little bit. Where is the donut? There it is. Sitting there, waiting, ready to go with support. Navy up the top is having a bit of a fight now. This is Team 1 on Team 3. Lots of cyber nastiness over here. Does he have any mermaids? Nope, don't see any stealth ships, which means these guys can actually blink at them from range. Good times. The shells can actually reach over that little wee gap there. See them just arcing over into the shield, doing some damage. That shield drops. There's going to be some mass extractors under threat. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, they have been shooed away just enough by these guys. Okay, what is the plan? Current plan is to go T3 Navy apparently. 75% of the way down for Fugan. We already know there's T3 Navy down here for Yerp, and he's got some extra support. These are all T2 factories actually. No, that's T3. That's T3, and we have more sub-hunters coming out, so he's going to be building up a nasty navy. Very nasty navy. Over on the right hand side, this island has had no contesting whatsoever, no ground units, no nothing from Team 3. They've been busy trying to repel the attacks from Team number 1, so that's given Team 2 the opportunity to claim the side island and do what they need to do. Up in this direction, and well, he could bring the donut over. I think Silly Lamp wants to keep it a secret for now, but how much of a secret he can keep it, I don't know. I think they already know it exists. think they've scouted though. I saw it mentioned in chat, so it is sitting here, so it's not known, but it is known, if you like. Navy there shouldn't be a problem, but that is a bunch of solaces. T3 torpedo bombers, and the question is who's in the water that they can have a go at. The answer is these two guys. We have both Caliber and Foodman, both sitting in the water. They both could be vulnerable targets. A single pass by those solaces will kill a commander. They would absolutely kill a commander. And that would be terrible, terrible times for them to see the falling back here from Luhan. He's trying to keep his destroyers alive. He's got Coopers as well. Not sure the Coopers are the best idea against Navy unless it's just submarines. They're very weak when it comes to surface battles. Destroyers, frigates, look at that. Yeah, frigates have more health than them. While their torpedoes are powerful, they just get wrecked too easily and they're too expensive for that. Air is coming on over, so that might be the signal that he's going to bring in the Tsar, but apparently not. The air wing has come in from Foodman though, looking to be a bit protective there. And the air wing here from Caliber, so maybe they're looking at trying to dive the experimental into the fight. Nope, definitely want to try and be distracting though. Is that? Oh, those tech missiles from a... Never mind, that's fine. Okay. By going down here, this is these guys with their pseudo truce at the moment, just trying to keep things a little bit static as it is, while these guys have a fight at the top. Team 3 aren't really in a position to do much at this stage, trying to rebuild the eco so they can get back into the game. Right now it is Team 1 on Team 2 at the top. The big Navy from Team number 1 is looking pretty powerful at the moment, trying to keep an eye on those solaces. Where have they gone? There they are. Are they going for a target? How many has he got? Sorry, I need to find out. 6. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know. I mean, it could be. You could easily get more out of this Tsar though. It could be building units. I don't know if it is. Let's get a GAN to see if it's got anything in his pantry. No, it doesn't. Looks pretty empty to me, so he's not building from that. Absolutely building everything off these here. So he's got the sonar, working on a wee bit more eco. Still not quite going for the push there to try and kill things off. What is that? That would be a battleship. That's what that would be. So Bullminator jumped into the T3 Navy game, has rocked out a summit, and it is going to start cracking off all of this here. If it stays still, it's dead. Summit with its big, huge guns. Ready to go. Just about another lob. Just about another salvo ready to lob as the guns turn their mighty way around. Kaboom, kaboom. Watch those shells go flying across the water and turn this particular destroyer into scrap. Gonna like the summit. Just the boom boom out of that thing. There's a cruiser. Nope. Gets the mermaid, so the stealth ship. That can be handy. Now they can see everything. Now they can kill everything. Those shells coming for the cruiser. I think it's sitting still. Might see those land on. Crunch and splat. One salvo. And there's a dead cruiser. Very strong. Very strong. Alright, speaking of cruisers though, lots more attack missiles rushing up this way. So many attack missiles. Definitely not enough buzz kills. Nothing to do about that. These things are just being a pain in the butt from a long range. Murdering those guys out of that particular section. Okay. Very strong from Team 1. Very strong. We have lots of T3 subs under the water. That's going to be an issue for these guys. Of course, we do have Coopers. Maybe that's why he's building Coopers. I think maybe that was a bit more luck than deliberate though, but they're still struggling against these guys because these guys are sitting out of range. We have, there we go, some gunships doing anything, got some torpedo bombers. Is this the distraction they're after? Where are the solaces? Oh, they're over here still, not in use. Alright, so looking to maybe force an air fight out of here, get the torpedo bombers up, start having them hit the sub-hunters, and that may force an air fracas to happen. There we go, the air engage is real. ASFs banding up against each other. Good little airfight coming on in, and who's got more though is the question. And also the anti-air on the ground. If those sub-hunters pop out, they can do some extra damage, which I think they have. There we go, they have popped up. They're doing extra on there, so those ASFs have problems trying to lure these guys back this way, where there should be some anti-air on the ground, hopefully. Apparently not. They have just moved up there. Perhaps they want to dive back in with these torpedo bombers to be distracting, because the Solaces, I just saw them off there. They're walking around the edge of the map on their way, and that could be a problem actually, because yes, all the arrows over here is dove in on the T2 torpedo bombers, which were going for the subs over there. So a kill on a commander right now, and this is actually worse for Caliber. He's further away from the beach. If he's not seen, that could be an issue. Who are they going for? They've been spotted. They've been spotted and they're coming in. And who are they heading for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's not enough ASFs there to stop the run, and they are going for... They're going for a T1 sub. No! They didn't have intel. They thought that was a commander. It's not. That is a T1 submarine, and they just dropped 6 Solaces on a T1 sub. Oh no. Oh no. Had they picked one of these guys, they could have got the kill. Oh no, all for a T1 sub. That is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Unfortunate decision. They thought it was a com, but it was not. But look at what's going on over here. These sub-hunters, they have just rocked on forward, and they are mowing down all the opposition. Luhan's actually in the water. He's on the run now. He really should have been on the run a while ago. Those things were doing what they do. They have wrecked that battleship. It is sinking into the water. Torpedo bombers are overhead, including Solace and some more T2. These sub-hunters won't be too long for the world if that keeps up. They've got no defences. In comes the air wing from Foodman though, looking to keep those alive. The responding air wing from Silly Lampers moving up, and we could see a nice proper air fight here. No more shenanigans, no more distractions, just a straight up air fight, and this looks like it might be going a little better for... That has gone better for Silly Lamp. Perhaps the subs have popped out of the water though, although they're getting hammered by torpedo bombers, and I think the subs made the difference. They popped out of the water and they've managed to shoot down a whole bunch of aircraft, but nope, there we go, the air wing. Not a lot left for Silly Lamp, but he's got enough, and the sub's out of the water now still can be hammered. Solace comes over, drops his payload, some T2 support bombers as well, and it will take these guys and make them fall on back. But look what's happened to poor old Phoenix. Even as that has all been going on, he has been absolutely pummeled by attack missiles, and that's going to be his gateway. No way it's going to be able to stop there. I think there was a support commander in there that was building that died. Yes indeedy. More attacks, more damage, more death, more destruction. Some more shields go up. They don't last long though, and that is going to be the end of his production. Bad news for him. Absolutely bad news. Gateway is doomed. Lots of assistance on that shield gen though. Not enough though, because more missiles are going to come on in. Can't outdo that. You need tech missile defense as well. He also needs battleship missile defenses, which aren't a thing. He's just had enough. Chizza has built an experimental. What's he done? Oh, he's done on the Wasser. Oh dear. So just to rub salt into the wound, and the Wasser is done for Chizza. And while he doesn't control air, it can do a lot of damage. Now then. What else is going on down the bottom? Well, Team 3 have had a chance to stabilise. They have rebuilt, they have regrouped, they have upgraded. They've started to make a small pain of themselves over here. Got a few units sitting in the water from Para, and now they are looking to maybe push up, looking like, oh, they're trying to clear this island in fact. There we go, lots of units on the ground. There's been a couple of support commanders rocking up, throwing down some PD. Having a good time there, so claiming the island back for them. Okay, now the truce is coming out the other way. It is Team 1 wanting to do a truce with Team number 2, just as they're on the losing side of things perhaps. The Tsar's coming out, and that's going to cause some major issues for the Navy, especially this battleship. It's going to be... yeah, it's going to be hammered. Or not actually. There's a lot of air coming through, some cruisers over there. Did have some subs as well. In comes the air from Foodman though. The ASFs are rocking in. They want to kill that Tsar. Question is, can they? Is there enough of them? And the answer is a resounding maybe. Resounding maybe, and a maybe not actually. Tsar lives. It's down into the red though, and it needs to actually get out of the way. Alright. Runaway Tsar. 10,000 health is a quarter dead, but the techs doing their thing on Port of Luhan's base. There is a battleship over here that's going to be popping these guys out one by one, unless it's aiming for the battleship first, although maybe it wants to go for the cruisers. They're doing all the damage. Ring on that poor Galaxy class battleship. Alright, over in the bottom section, that's a lot. A lot of units. Yerfmay, so while they're at peace as such, well, there's a truce. He's just been building up unit after unit. I heard the Awasa. Where is it? What's it doing? Well, it's up here and it is just hitting on the fringes of Phoenix's base. Not that he needs the extra damage to be hammered on there. He's already been pinned right on back. So many tech missiles and the battleship. Some is trying to do what it can, but just there's just too much in front of it. There is a bunch of buzzkills now. That'll help. Lots of buzzkills. Some extra shield gens. The quantum gateway survives. It survived. Very useful to keep that alive. The extra eco is quite frankly necessary. Alright. More battleships coming up though. Another summer coming out from Eliminator. They can start doing some damage like this. That is a heavy blow to that poor old Salem. Sitting still. A cruiser beside it takes a barrage to the face, it drops down. But look at all the TAC missiles. They have changed their option. And are they going for Navy now? I think they are. Poor destroyer gets hammered. There's so many cruiser missiles in the air. These battleships are going to need to think about being mobile as well, because those TAC missiles will just overwhelm them. Additionally though, the cruisers have been redirected. Now they've gone back over this way. And still some more buzzkills going up. Trying to build a mass extractor. That is kind of a pointless exercise if you can't defend it. Need more TMD, more shields. It's just overwhelming. So much you have to build to try and take care of that, but it is bad. Right. The ceasefire appears to be off. The cruisers are now having to go at this particular point, but there's so much TMD. Look at them all, and the good thing is they're cycling, so they're not all firing at the same time, they're cycling around. And yeah, but there's a lot of cruisers there. Eventually they must get through, surely. Surely they must get through. Excuse me, hiccups. Where'd that come from? Just look at them all. Look at them. What can you do? Spam DMD. You're gonna need it. Alright, Chiz has built an experimental where he's built a Yathota under the water. Well, that's gonna go for a walk and have some fun. All for clicking on the right target for those solaces. Okay. Pushing out the top again, and just a navy hod over here. Looks like, oh dear. The donut came back in to try and do something, but that's just far too many cruisers and ASFs and everything. That donut was never going to get anything done with his current state of health. It maybe should have just been kept back here. And oh, a nuke launcher. So that's what Silly Lamb has been doing. I'm surprised he didn't bring his donut back to build air and or control cat for more mass. That nuke launcher. Maybe did that as a distraction, like, you know, trying to make a desperation bid kind of thing. But the question is, what is he going to nuke? And that is a lot of air. What are these ASFs doing here? Maybe they were just chasing something up or moving around, who knows? Just staging in case of a or protecting some broadswords. Okay. We'll pause there from Rage Quit, who asked for a brief respite so he can figure things out. And boy oh boy, where is that nuke going to go? Who has SMD? Just while this pause is on, just have a look at this poor SMD, and the answer is, well, there's one here. It ain't loaded. There's one here. It is loaded. How far does it reach? About that far, so it doesn't protect here, it doesn't protect here. And speaking of nukes, nuke subs in the water, but also as Caliber's comm. Have they scouted that? Do they know? No, they've got no idea. No idea that's there at all. But the nuke is out and it is going for Caliber's base. And it's going to destroy it. But speaking of being destroyed, what was that? Support commanders, it's okay. No drama, just support commanders. And that nuke, however, is flying over the map and it is flying. They'd known Caliber was there. Could it have been a different thing? It doesn't matter in the end because that nuke is going to land. That defense is just a little bit too far away. Nuke comes on in and this is a massive chunk out of Caliber's eco. He is on 226. Gets nuked. Drops down to 113 here. Halved his income with a single nuke, but all of this is still alive and those nuke subs are loading. It's going to be an issue. Maybe some scouting would have been handy. Like I said, could have nuked that. Looks like we have another Orsa up. Was it the same one? No, it might be another one. Not sure what happened to the first one. Didn't see it die, so it could be very well be the first one still alive. And we'll see how that goes. For now, the TMD is surviving, and it's just missile mayhem. Just look at this. All these missiles trying to get on down, and there's just the timing is just right for all these volcanoes. The tactical missile defense is pulling out at just the right time that the missiles are constantly being redirected, and they're not landing on the ground at all. Amazing little wave pattern there. Right, so much yellow, so much yellow. Up the top section though we have, there we go, these guys are still having a go at it. Got a couple of battleships having their way with each other and a poor battleship over that direction. What was that, a suicide Cooper? I don't know, but it ran in and died a proper death. Or the reclaim, and the Tsar has been scooped. Tsar has been scooped. Up this direction, what do we have? We have Ravagers saying no to some poor little Medusas. But again, TAC missiles being a problem. No TMD up here. Engineers are here, but the shield is being gradually linked on down, and that will be the Ravagers next. There we go. TMD's going up though. That will help. But what's going on down the bottom? Well, this is what's going on down the bottom. Everything. Absolutely everything. And under the water. So the authority has been seen, it's been spotted, and it is being targeted. All the submarines are having to go with that thing. Broadswords are waiting for it to walk out the water. We have Neptune battle cruisers waiting as well. It's not going to last long at all. There we go. Gets instantly obliterated. See you later, Yathota. But the problem is under the water. A bunch of sub hunters are right there, ready to do their thing. Some additional subs coming in. Battle cruisers still trying to do their thing. Zoo's rocket on up as well. Not looking great. A donut being done by Our Rage, just been begun. It's going to start doing its thing. Does have SMD as well, so they're all good. But this is Yerf, man. He's tired of waiting and he wants to kill things. Sending in his massive navy, his huge cruiser load, and all these sub hunters. A big problem. Not sure how they're going to manage with that. Torpedo bombers would be great. They could just swing on in and kill these off one by one, but there's so many cruisers behind, they're going to get like one pass. In comes the Awassa. This is terrible. Terrible for Team 3. All that TMD just got obliterated by a single bomb. That's all the Awassa needed to do. Just get out of the way and make life a misery for poor old Nick. Poor old Nick. His base is exposed now. Those TAC missiles are landing. Yes, indeed, his stuff is actually hitting the ground. It's all dying, and it won't be long before it's all dead. And then they have the Navy sitting here as well, just causing extra havoc over here. There were some torrents up. So Para was going for something with the torrents, but he's going to need to be careful. His commander's sitting in the water right here. And if those subs rush, that's a dead commander. It's going to be not good at all. Whilst they're still loitering around, maybe it's going to be searching for another target. The air wing belonging to I Will Rage has seen it. Coming on in, and it's going to get one bomb away, but that's probably all it's going to get. It's then going to get just desperate. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, dear, oh dear. That was a huge amount of damage. A lot of things just barely surviving. Needs to get some more shields up again pronto. Has finished off a Tsar, so we can actually start doing things with that. We have engineers. What are they doing? They're trying to reclaim the sub-hunters. That's going to take a while. They need torpedo bombers. There we go. Some Solaces coming out now. They're going to be very handy for trying to take out this batch of things. And where is... Oh, Para is still in the water. You need to get out, mate. It's going to be a bad time for you. Going to have a quick check up on the top section. Still some fighting going on up here, but not a lot. Cruisers, a Cooper, sorry, a couple of destroyers and a Cooper going after a couple of cruisers. There's a Battleship in defense that should be able to take care of those. The cruisers might die, but they'll be able to hold themselves for the moment. But Monkey, and that's a problem. Monkey is going to just walk his way through all of this and destroy it. Gonna have to keep half an eye on that, keep half an eye down the bottom here. So much air going on, so many ASCs, big massive air battle. This should be in favour of I will rate, but that is T3 artillery. So T3 Arty coming from, yes indeedy, it is right here, from Silly Lamp. He's managed to build a T3 artillery, and in the meantime the Monkey is doing monkey things, turning this base into nothing but a memory for Luhan. It's actually maybe walking straight on over. It is. Looks like it's going to go straight on over this way. Going to need to do something about that. Some gunships might be alright, but might be more handy as some torpedo bombers. They could be good, but right now Team 3 is well under the cosh. T3 Arty landing down upon poor old Rage Quit's base. He's getting absolutely brutalized from Navy, from Earth. The subs are tweaking on closer and closer to Parapox. A nuke out from the nuke subs, and where's that going? Where's that going? It is... oh dear. Oh dear. No nuke defense for Phoenix. And that's going to land quite happily and wreck his base. He's basically going to be out of the game for that. Will his comm even survive? He's very close. Takes some damage, but otherwise he's okay. But his base is basically shreked. He's got a couple of T3 PGs left. Got some of those left. I heard the monkey die. Where did the monkey die? Before it even got out of the water. Or maybe no, it got out of the water. Got some damage onto the shield, but there was a lot waiting, a bunch of gunships, and there were some, I saw the Mercies loitering as well, so they're ready to take care of that as soon as it showed its face back down the middle here. And there we go, it did happen. Parapox virus has been caught by the torpedoes from all of these subs and destroyers, taken out of the game by those guys. And is it full share? Have an answer in a moment. It is not full share. So if that torp snipe had hit the right person, everything they owned would have died. That could have been a good thing. We have another nuke out. There we go, nuke sub launching this thing. Where's it going for? Going down here, looking to try and kill off Bulminator, who's not moving, and his SMD is not loaded. He's just finished building it. In fact, that nuke is going to land directly on his head almost. But it is a Navy nuke. So he actually survives thanks to having that massively bulky shield. 30,000 damage done. But he, no, 20, 25, maybe 27,500, but he survives and he can keep on a walking. But down this direction, this is, yeah, this is Team 3 absolutely hammered out of existence. What's left of Nick's base is about to get tacked to oblivion. We've got Battleship off down here as well. It's going to lower things down, and Nick just control Ks. He's like, fuck it, I'm done. I can't stop this. And that leaves poor old I Will Rage by himself down here with all of this. And what do you know? Chizza has already landed units down here. I don't know if that's in anticipation of what's going on, but he's already there, built some factories. He's going to be grabbing all that reclaim. Let's just taste the reclaim as far as he's concerned. Just wants to go like that. Alright. Where have those nuke subs gone? Here we go. I'm just curious. Does it actually say how much damage they do? Nuclear warhead, there we go, 25,000 damage. So that's why Bombardments survived. He had the shield, and he had enough to survive that. Caliber finishes a Galactic Colossus. There's another nuke out from somewhere. I don't see it there. So that was actually out from I Will Rage, and he's like, fuck your navy. How much is he going to get though? That nuke's going to land pretty good. Oh, a whole lot. 29 ships, 45,000 mass destroyers. A battleship, there was a whole lot of sub-hunters under there. There were some destroyers, a massive hit from that. And hello T3 artillery. So the T3 RD over here, a second one going up as well. Nuke launchers being assisted. So 1, 2 T3 RDs from Silly Lamb. It is now focusing its firepower on something. There's a shell coming down. I think it's going for food man space by the look of it. Maybe it is going for the SMD. Kill off the strategic missile defense, and then you can lob a nuke over at him. Free real estate. Once that's down, because I don't see any other nuke defense. Oh no, but a YOLO. So Chiz is working on a YOLO, and that is just about halfway completed. Oh dear, if that goes up, it's going to be a big problem for people. A big problem indeed. And I think that's why they're trying to knock out this. If they can kill off the SMD, it would be Nuke Central ready to be hammered. Is there any other SMD around that can actually affect a nuke going overhead? The answer is not really. This one's still a bit too far away. The nuke could get through, but the shields are blinking on in time and they are surviving. And the nuke SMD is still up for the moment. That's going to be right. So Team 1 looking pretty good at the moment. But now there's 2 T3 RDs coming through. And that's going to be a problem for Food Man. Look at that. Shields are dropping. Cyber shields ain't much in the face of 2 T3 artillery. He could assist them. Maybe he should assist the shields instead of assisting his T3 air factory. Because those ain't going to last long. If a shell lands down here, it's going to be Kaboom City. Oh, lucky it's on the shield. But all the shields are dropped now. Any ready to go? Well, they could assist these and upgrade them to get them popped up. But some more shells are inbound. What's going to happen first? No. The shields are cycling okay for now. But that's still an issue. It's taken a while, it's going slow, but it is going, it is being built, and they have to try and stop that. Alright, still more shells land, and should another shell land here, knock off the T3 P-Gen, it could cause a nice big explosion, and one shield gen down. That's going to lose a bit of coverage there, but this one's going to pop back on and be okay. Something to be concerned about. There we go. We now have the assistance on the shield generator to keep that one alive, so we're good on that front. But looks like the YOLO has been spotted because the shells are now beaming down upon it. Just having to check down the bottom section, and still under pressure is poor old I Will Rage Quit. To his credit, he hasn't. He hasn't done any kind of rage quit at all. He's still here. He's still fighting because he is building a para. Oh my. Oh my, and that Paragon is a lot further along than the YOLO is, and an engineer, lol. But that Paragon is into the green and it's going up really fast, and he's got a lot of build power. That finishes, that could be a problem. Like, that will put him as a force to be reckoned with. It's a single battleship here, trying to get some stuff done, but more shield gens are being thrown up. Going to take a while to take care of that. Over here, the 2 T3 artillery are lobbing their way. A third one is going up very, very quickly. Soon it's going to be 3 T3 artillery, and they're going to be lobbing their shells against something over here. What just popped? No idea what just popped. That'd be what just popped. There were some support commanders under the water that have been reduced to rubble. And look at the navy here from team number 2. It looks like Phoenix has been building quite busily. lots of battleships, lots of cruisers. There's a whole ton of torpedo bombers overhead, but I don't think there'll be much. Nuke is out there from Silly Lamp, and what's it going for? It's going for the GC, so point blank nuke defense. Wants to do a lot of damage to the GC. He's going to get it to the GC's out of the water. It's going to take a hefty amount of damage from that one, but think 27,000 health left. And he's got the air to take care of that one with hope. Gunships, mercies, all sorts of things. The GC isn't going to last too much longer. Nope, there we go. Mercies spin on down as well. Gunships have a go, and doesn't even break the shields. So the point blank nuke right there, incredibly helpful. And Paragon done for rage quit. What is his next plan? What is his next plan? He's got all the build power to do things. A bit of check on that YOLO actually. How far along is that? Well, it is basically stalled. Basically stalled. Nothing doing there. But lots of shield protection going up on there now. They've invested so much eco into that. They can't afford to lose it. Need to get those shields up and working. But now there should be 1, 2, 3 artillery completed, if I'm not mistaken. Almost. There we go. 3 artillery ready to go. Just in a moment, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3 hammering those shields. Not long. Those shields just simply won't stay on very long with 3 arty hammering down on the Navy. Phoenix is caught up as well, and that is a problem. Look at that, rage quit instantly has a GC. Just like that, GC done. Oh, he kind of needs it because in comes the Zooey spam. Yeah, gotta stop that. Needs maybe some T2PD or something, but wants to focus down on those. Some support commanders, they need to move around and not get hit by Zooey fire. GC's been very handy for hoovering up all of that, but let's have a check on the YOLO. What is the deal? Plenty of shields going down. YOLO's still very far away compared to... The movement's just slow. Very, very slow on their build for the moment. Because he's some extra build power there. Got all these hives nearby from Foodman. He could actually assist and get that started, and actually it is moving a lot quicker now, so I think he is assisting it. The eco is looking much better. Still got 3 T3 RT. Look at the shields though. Oh my word. T3 RT is getting stuff done. Foodman is actually stalling on power while assisting that, or assisting something, because all of the shields down. Any shells could have landed on that and caused a massive issue. But this Seraphim shields down. This is not good for your health. This is really not good. They're going to have to be careful, but it looks like they might need just a little bit more to take care of that. What else they got? Let's see. Another T3. Another T3. I see. That is just going to be painful. They really have to stop the YOLO. Cannot be allowed to go, but another experimental is done for... Oh, that's a salvation. The rage quit with his Paragon. He's got himself a salvation up, but over this direction the Zooies have made it to the nuke launcher. The nuke launcher has a one in the clip. The Zooies are going to get it though by the look of it. 2 Zooies left, shells in the air. Oh no, don't lose that. It's gone. Shell in the air and kaboom. Nuke launcher goes pop, but that's okay. He can put another one. He's got a Paragon. And everything is fine. No, he's decided to lay the giant middle finger on Nerfmeister. He's been hammered by him, and he's decided enough is enough. I am going to absolutely ramp upon that. 1, 2, 3 T3 RD still doing their thing. Navy's pushing in from Phoenix as well. Huge pressure on Team 1 right now, and these guys are just rocking up and saying g'day and just sailing over it. But these aren't... Oh, the betrayal. Oh, the betrayal. The T3 RT belonging to Silly Lamp have changed their minds. They've decided the bigger threat right now is all the way down here. I will rage quit. He has been targeted by the T3 RT belonging to Lamp. He's changed his mind and decided, I want to kill you instead. And the RT are getting through. The shields are down. The Paragon is exposed. Oh no. If that gets hit, it's gonna pop in a huge fashion. Shields are being spammed up, and they're popping online. They're staying up, but in comes some strats as well. Strats coming in from Silly Lamp. They're gonna do the extra damage that may be required. Paragon takes some hits. It's gonna go pop. Big, massive pop. Huge destruction. There are some salvation shells rocking back this way though. They're landing all over Silly Lamp's base. The question is, how much damage can they all do? And the answer is they can do a lot of damage. There's still a lot more in the air, and this is going to hamper and destroy his base as well. Down goes the Nuke. Down goes one of the T3RDs and a bunch of the power. Still some more salvation rounds are landing on down, and still more are coming in, and still more damage is landing. And they are now down to two T2RDs, so not too bad. But wait, there's more shells coming. This could be the final straw for that one. 300 health. These guys started shooting at each other. They need to not. They redirected their fire, and still the shells are landing on down here. Salvation is gone. It's time to turn your attention back to the very important thing you seem to have forgotten about. The YOLO. The YOLO. And they're just going up pretty fast. Phoenix is doing a great job with the Navy over here. He is pushing hard. He's pushing in. He's got battleships coming through. Really needs to get in there with all of that and do some massive amounts of damage, because they gotta stop the YOLO. It is almost done. It is going up very fast indeed. Where are the T3RD doing? Well, they are shooting at the wrong thing still, I think. No, they've just turned and getting the third one back up. That has been a big amount of damage, and the Nuke is gone. Oh dear. I think they needed to focus, but no, the RDs are back up. They are coming back on down, but the YOLO very, very, very close to being down. 500 health away, going up very quickly, and the Navy here from Phoenix is stalled. It needs to not stall, it just needs to rush in. It needs to be all Slavic and needs to Russian. They need to do something about this, because the YOLO is done. The YOLO is charging, and the YOLO is ready to start nuking, and there's so many shields over it, although the shields are being hammered down. Look at this, they are all down with some shells landing there. They could take out a whole bunch of shield gens at once, but another one blinks on just in the nick of time before another shell lands. Phoenix, you got to go in. You have to go in. You have to push in on that, because that YOLO will be the end of the game. Look at it go. Not good. Where's the air? Where is the air? Like, are you building more strap bombers? You should be sending those in. Building up a bunch of strats and just suiciding them straight in towards the YOLO. The YOLO's got to be stopped. Ooh, can they do it is the question, because that's going to get some nukes out to any second now. Navy up in this direction. Not enough cruisers. Oh, there's plenty of cruisers actually. And here comes the push a little bit late, I think. Maybe needs to come in a lot sooner. Cruisers, they can lob their attack missiles at this. Yes, there's some TMD here, but any extra damage on those shields would be good. The YOLO is up. Where's it going for first is a question right here. And there's enough SMD here for now. They've got one with 5 anti-nukes in it, but that's not going to last too much longer. They're going to need a whole lot more anti-nukes to stop that. So this first one's going to be shot down. The second one's going to be shot down. The air is overhead from Silly Lamp. It seems to have paused. Odd decision. There we go. The push was made. The push was made a little bit too late. They let them build up with a lot of defenses and a lot of ships and a lot of everything. Still, the T3RT hammers on down, and still the shields are holding for now. Some exposure happening there, almost getting through. Another YOLO about to launch. Some battleship shots are coming in. They're skirting the shields a wee bit. Perhaps they pop that, but some more shields pop on yet again, and the YOLO looks solidly defended. Missile number 2 out. That will be stopped. Now the question is, they have built another in time. The Navy, unfortunately, it is gone. Phoenix did not get his Navy in time, and this is going to be an issue. How many SMGs do they have? They have one, has 4 shells in it, so it can stop another 2 missiles, or another 1 missile after that one comes through. But it doesn't look like those shields are collapsing. I take that back, actually. The shields ain't looking so good. One explodes over there, but more pop on, and it's just the rotation right now. These shields are looking okay. There is some assistance on those if they can get the T3RT to be a bit more concentrated with their shots. Like that. All 3 at once. That could work better. Get these shields dropping at the same time. Get the damage all collapsing in right at once. 1, 2, 3. Another nuke out. I think this is the last one he can stop. Let's have a quick look. Yep, only two anti-nukes left in that. And that would be the end of it. There's another one up here that has 1 anti-nuke in it. Does he have any other? He does not. I think I saw some bombers. Yes, indeed. There's some strat bombers going out this way. I'm pretty sure Team 1's going to spot those. They are on radar. The question is, will they actually spot them in time, or is their focus down on here? Oh, they've brought the ASFs back also to defend. Look at that. Trying to get these guys. So they could actually catch some T3 shells. They circle correctly, then the shells will hit the ASFs instead of the shields, and that will help keep them alive just that little bit longer. But the strats are coming. I can see them on the minimap up here. Are they coming in the right direction? Can they do enough? About to have another nuke come on out, but the strats have been spotted. The ASFs are coming for the intercept. They're not going to make it. Going to get carved out of the sky. Not a single bomb was dropped. I know some bombs did get dropped. Not enough though. Not enough. This bomb gets into the right spot. Oh dear. Almost, but more shields are going up all the time. Almost got through with that. Almost got through. Pop go a bunch of ASFs. Look at that. They got cleaned out by an ID shell, but dear oh dear. So many shields. Yeah, you need so many shields. But the timing on what was happening, I gotta say. Is this one getting through? I think it is. Might not. Might be in range of this. One from there. One from there. Nope. Nothing left. And the YOLO's gonna land, and see you later, artillery. Explosion. Look at the shockwave just wing on out.
Strategic launch detected.
And that is it for Silly Lamp. His base is in tatters, his arties are gone. The YOLO survives. Look at this thing, it's massive. Huge trail behind it. It's gonna be basically it. That was kind of the last hope to stop this from happening, but that YOLO's out. It's gonna land on down, and well, you saw the explosion before. Like, here we go. Just gonna look at the rubble, look at all the wrecks, and Zorchi.
Strategic launch detected.
Absolutely massive. Right, where's the next nuke going? Well, it's going over here, and it's gonna it's gonna take out the GC that's been busy from Rage. It's just been happily wandering around, minding its own business, killing stuff off. It's gonna take a YOLO to the face, and that will be bad time for. It might move out of the way. But reality is, the YOLO has just taken things out. It is the game ender. Gonna hit the DC. Gonna get out of the way. Yeah, Bill. Kablooey.
Strategic launch detected.
Alright, and it's just going to be nuke after nuke after nuke. Where's it going for this time? Maybe down here? been some really stubborn defense. He was trying to build another para. He was trying to build another para. Yeah. That wasn't gonna work. What exploded? There we go. That was Phoenix. He control case out of the game. He's just like, I'm done. Nothing doing there. Chizza, way up front with his commander. Strange location to be, but anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, the YOLO got denied by some S&D. The last one he's got left. Oh no, he's got some more. And really now it is just I Will Rage. He's the last person alive with the last things to do. He has got... Never mind. He's not going to make them play hide and seek. I Will Rage. Control K is out of the game. Wasn't really a rage quit. It basically is over at this point. So he stayed till the end. He fought. And Silly the Imp says, Blue's up here. I wonder if he's trying to walk up this way. I wonder if you can walk through that. But last man standing. Torpedo bombers are hunting. There's a lot of them. There we go. Bombinator, he joins the Control K club. Everybody's got nothing, and that is astounding. 3-team game. Absolute mayhem.